33 from page 280 asks for the average value of y equals square root of 64 minus x squared, and what it is on the domain. So first thing we have to do is actually determine the domain. So we want to sketch this graph. So we should recognize that this graph is a semicircle with radius 8. So sketching this graph, it looks like this. We got our semicircle, and the bounds are going to be from -8 to +8. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do. Once we've done this, we want to write the average value formula. So the average value is going to be based on the area underneath the curve from -8 to +8 . Okay, so there's our integral. That's going to be the area under the curve, and we have to average that out over the interval. So in this case, it's going to be 8 minus -8, or an interval width of 16. And basically, when we talk about the average height, what we want to do is find the rectangular area, divide it by the width, and that's going to give us the average height. Okay, that's the idea behind the average height formula. We take the area, we kind of imagine it's a rectangle, divide it by the width, and that gives us the average height of that function. Now, the problem with this now is that we cannot integrate this. So this is not something we can anti-differentiate. We do not have the antiderivative. Now, that doesn't limit us though, because we can still use this general principle. This is the area. Okay, we're really talking about area. And we can still calculate this area. So we're still going to divide by the interval width of 16. Okay, so our interval width is 16. And this really, although we cannot find the antiderivative to find the area, we're going to use the area geometrically. Geometrically, the area of that is going to be half the circle with radius 8. So it's going to be pi r squared, and we want exactly half of that. So then when we do this calculation, it's going to be 64 divided by 2 is 32, divided by 16 is going to be 2. So the average height of this function is going to end up being 2 pi. So it looks like the answer is C. So it's important to understand that first of all, how the average value formula works. It's going to be area divided by interval width. And the other part of this is that we should understand that although we cannot always find area with the antiderivative, we're still talking about area. So if we can find that area geometrically, it's still just as valid.